Yo guys, what is up and welcome back to Building with Whip. We are flying back here into the city after I've done quite a long trip of farming out, or not farming, but breaking all the cactus in our immediate region here in Papyrus. Just because I like randomly get comments about like cactuses wouldn't be in an Egyptian area. That doesn't make sense. So I went through and removed all of them and we got almost 6 stacks of cactus. So we can cook that up. If we ever need green dye, we got plenty. So what I want to do in today's episode was work on building some of the houses over by the market and just kind of talk with you guys for a little bit. Let's see how much sandstone do we have here. Oh, we got plenty. Do we? I don't really know, man. Let's go ahead and switch that up. But yeah, so I want to do that and talk with you guys about, there's another stack right there. Grab this and that and that. But so in last episode, sorry, I'm kind of all over the place here. Last episode, we talked about new ideas, where we're going to be going, kind of making things a little bit more fresh and interesting here in good old Building with Whip in our vanilla world. Because I'll be honest, I'm getting a little tired with building just here in the desert, and I would like to have some new scenery, just kind of to mix things up, you know, and get some more interesting stuff going on. Not more interesting, but just something different. Take a break from the desert for a little bit and actually experience some of the nice weather of Minecraft. So with that, we're going to go over here and get set up and start doing some building and probably try and get one of these houses finished up here and just kind of the general layout of it, see where it goes, and figure out what we can do. I haven't really had a whole lot of time to do much on the world since then, but we got a lot of stuff planned and hopefully we can get some cool stuff. So I'm thinking we tackle this guy today. Be kind of nice, I don't know. It's a good spot. It's a nice little spot. We can get rid of all of you. And we're gonna have a lot of sandstone here with us. We can keep all this stuff with it. Is that really all we have for smooth sandstone? Dang, dude, we are almost out. Let's go ahead and do that. Get all of our stairs, all of our slabs. And do we have a workbench anywhere around here? I believe we have one right there. Let's go ahead and make up another, like, I don't know, 30 stairs should be good. Get a lot more of these guys. There's 46 of them. Works for me. And let's get going with this guy. So, first off, the ideas that we kind of have, I'll list them out for now, and then we can kind of talk about them one by one and see what we want to do. So to start out, we have an ice elven build over in like an ice spikes biome, which would be kind of fun, you know, something totally different, going from the hot desert to a icy cold icy spikes biome. I don't know how you would want to call that, but it would be fun. It'd be interesting. We'd really mix it up, get a whole lot of new stuff in there. After that, we could work on the Nether Hub. That's got to be done eventually. We really got to just kind of go with that, and then we could move over to the jungle, and build like somebody wanted to see like an Aztec style build, which would be kind of cool. Kind of do like an old jungly ruined place with a bunch of rivers and water flowing through it, similar to this build, kind of. Just imagine trees literally everywhere and this not being sandstone. So, and then beyond that, we could go with like a classic Nordic port city, which could be kind of fun to mess with. We can actually get rid of that wool there and save some. And so with the Nordic port city, we could go ahead and find a cool like icy area on the edge of a lake or on the edge of an ocean and kind of build a port there, build some boats and go with that. After that, we got the Mushroom Island, which we could basically do literally anything on, seeing as it's a Mushroom Island, and it really kind of comes down to how crazy we want to get with terraforming and doing whatever we want to. But we won't deal with mobs there, which would be kind of nice, but yeah. Something we could potentially do. Let's go ahead and get rid of that guy and that guy. That looks like a good window right there. Over here, they probably want some windows checking out their nice stuff over here. Let's do one right in there. And then beyond the Mushroom Island, building back here, no. We'll put another building in here. Beyond the Mushroom Island, we could go with like a Mesa biome and do a lot of work in regards to kind of building a civilization that's really based on living out of the cliffs of a mesa biome. Could be kind of fun and different and interesting. Then after that, there's the Ocean Monument. Oh no, sorry. Yeah, so an Ocean Monument, we could check that out as well. I need some wood in here, don't I? We need some birch just to be able to plot out a ceiling. So, Ocean Monument though, definitely something interesting. we could go and clear out an ocean monument, and that's how we could get a lot of prismarine and open up a lot of doors towards going to the future, which would be kind of nice, to be honest. It would be very, very different. There'd be a lot of more of grindy work than actually building things, but it's something that I do want to do eventually because I really like the auto farms of just kind of getting a bunch of free resources. And I like the prismarine block, especially if you guys don't follow Twitter at all, like the Minecraft devs over on Twitter, they've been releasing a lot of pictures of new blocks that they're talking about, or not new blocks, but new textures for the old vanilla blocks that they brought in a new artist, Jabba, who has actually been working on building up like new textures for all the blocks, and like so far he's redone the diamond, the obsidian, the birch. I know, right? Birch is getting a makeover, like birch wood, and it's actually going to be a lot better, and just like a whole lot of different ones that actually is really nice now. Sorry, back on the topic. Just figured you guys would want to know that. Cool stuff. Always interesting to find out. Let's go ahead and bring this guy up here. Yeah, I like where this is going. We need to have a staircase, don't we? Let's just go ahead and do a staircase right here and get us up to the third floor, or the second floor. And yeah, so Ocean Monument, just talked about that guy. Next on our list to talk about could be finding a nice chasm just in the landscape and really messing with, gosh dang it. Really messing with the terrain in there and trying to create like a cool dwarven stronghold type thing in a chasm, which could be kind of interesting and fun to work with. Something totally different than what we have here, and again, using a lot of our stone up, which would be kind of nice. How does this look? Not bad. Not amazing. Not bad. How about with like a stair there? That's a little bit better. Sorry, I am all over the place right now, aren't I? Let's go ahead and do this. And it's a ghost block. And please, get me out of here. Get me. I want to get out. Please. No. Any time now, please. Thank you. And yeah, so ocean monument chasm type thingy-mabob. No, that's multiple ideas right there. What are you doing? What are you doing, Whip? So, anyways, back to starting from the beginning. Now we can actually talk through them. We've been blabbing for literally forever and just not making any sense at all. I know this is a really talky episode. I'm doing a terrible job of talking today, so forgive me. But yeah, so back to the original ideas. Let's go to something more simple here so we can just kind of talk. We got that frozen elves idea over in like an ice spikes biome type thing going on, which could be really fun to mess with going over into an ice spikes biome. We have one nearby. It's within about 2,000 blocks of this guy. Opposite direction, of course, of spawn. So it's another 2,000 away. But it's something that'd be kind of fun, and I've always wanted to build an ice spikes biome, so that'd be really fun to kind of work with and do something new there. So that's always an option that we do in fact have. Then from there, we talked about the, for the frozen elves in the ice spikes biome. That's something that if you guys want to see that, I would love to see some like inspiration ideas for art styles and whatnot, because I'm kind of at a loss for it. I found some things. My idea for it is to create like a giant world tree out of like stone and diorite and birch and whatnot, kind of showing that it was life there and then the tree died and is now like more or less frozen, but not many leaves on the top of it. So we can try and make something cool there and go ahead and see what like unique things we could come up with and see if we can make some cool designs and whatnot and kind of show this area that's now frozen over, where some elves have like adapted to live in their new area after their world tree that kept them safe is now gone. Thought that could be kind of fun. Yeah, so that's kind of the basis of that idea, being the frozen elven forest, something in an ice spikes biome would be really interesting to work with. Next, we were talking about the Nether Hub. Nether Hub is more of a grindy, under the ground, just kind of get it all done, work with it, do everything we need to type design that would be going on here. Let's go ahead and do that. And what would that look like? That's interesting. How's that? I kind of want to make a porch out on this front area, potentially. Yeah, let's do that. Let's go with that. But yeah, so we got that guy, which would be a bit more grindy and whatnot. And let's do that right there. But it could be kind of fun to work with and build in the nether for a while. We get out of the overworld, we find something totally new, and we're not using shaders here, so it really doesn't hinder us very much. I can turn up the brightness in the footage if it gets a little too dark, but overall it's really not that bad. And yeah, so that's kind of something we can take with there and look at it, look into it, and see what we would want to do with it, and see where that would all go. I feel like I'm going to lose this wall forever and ever. Let's go ahead and break you. No, we lost it. And can we get you? We got one. All right, that wall down there is forever gone. That's up one too high. Dang it, man. Yeah, sorry, I am all over the place. I don't know what's going on with this video. But yeah, so that's the idea right there, seeing where that would go. And then we were talking about, oh, sorry, more on the Nether Hub. The Nether Hub would more or less be somewhere that we would centralize between all of our current portals, then have a way of blocking it off so that if we had new things coming in, more portals, whatnot, we'd be able to easily set those up in the future, kind of prolonging the series and pushing things out and giving us a little bit more room to grow in the future. Wait, this is going to be a deck. Is it? No. We're going to make the deck back there. That sounds more interesting. Breaking up the mold of the shapes. Look at us go. But what I do want to do is actually bring it in right up there. So we can have some stairs right here. And a bam, and a bam. Cool. Let's make some more stairs and go sleep. Do we? Yep, we have a lot more. Cool. Perfect. Thank you. And yeah, so we had the Nether Hub, which we kind of, I don't know what design to go for. We can make that up if you guys want to do that idea and go from there. Then the jungle is something we can also go with, doing that Aztec style build, overgrown jungle, really trying to work on some stuff. And I don't want to seem like I'm copying other people, because I know some of the larger YouTubers are doing something similar in like jungle biomes right now, like BOO has this Hermitcraft thing going on. And I know some other people are in jungle biomes and like other single player series, so I'm blanking on right now. I know there's a few others I've seen around. So I don't really want to be just like copying the general trend people are going for with doing that type of a series. So that's something I am concerned with by going for it. But it also is something that is interesting to me, if that makes sense. So it'd be kind of playing a fine line of really making sure that we have something different, a different take on the biome, a different take on how to do it, and all that good stuff. So we'd have to figure out what we want to do there and just kind of build up as we go and make something really unique to our own style instead of copying other people, which is fine. Like, that's something we can easily do. It's not the end of the world. It's really not that hard to make a new style, in my opinion, or make some, not a new style, but make a style your own. That's kind of what I enjoy about the game. So it'd be kind of fun to go take that task and see what we can run with and see what we can do with it and see where that all goes. But yeah, so we talked about that. Then the other ideas, we had the Nordic port city, which, let's see what this guy look like right here, right there. That's going to be very, very weird looking. This is going to be kind of flat. It should be fine. Yeah, that's fine. But yeah, so Nordic port city would be going over to like a cold taiga biome on the edge of an ocean and really figuring out what we can do. I might do a fountain out of the back of that to make a little garden in there or something. That could be kind of cool. But yeah, so Nordic port, back to it. We're actually talking about legit things here. Nordic port city would make in some cool Nordic building designs, all that fun stuff that haven't really done before. I don't really make boats that often, so it'd be an interesting one for me to try and make some boats and see where that would go. It's something that we can always check out and try and do a small little bit of, see where it'd go. If we want to continue it, we always can. Then, yeah, so that's kind of Nordic port. I want to do something more than just kind of the classic Nordic port design, though, that you see a lot of people doing. Like, I do want to mix it up so we can figure out the best way to do that together and figure out what you guys want to see versus what I'm capable of building at the time. If that makes sense, because sometimes, like, for me, certain shapes just do not work. Like, one day it'll work fine and look great, and then the next day I'll be like, what did I do? I don't even know. Like, it's not working at all. So that's stuff we can look at for the future, where we want to be going with all that. And this is actually a pretty cool, like, first floor design, I think. Yeah, I like it. We can mix it up probably with some better textures and things and here and there. But once we get like the windows and everything in place with the trapdoors, it's gonna be looking mighty fine. And yeah, so then we had the Mushroom Island, which somebody had an idea of like doing a magical city, like a mage city. We could also do something Elven over there too, which is like an actual elves, like not frozen elves, which would be kind of fun to mess with and see where that goes. And like the Mushroom Island, really, like there's no limit to it, like I'd previously mentioned, seeing where it would really go. And there's just so much room we have with it because like it has its own biome, but you can really turn it into anything you want because it's a fairly limited space, which is kind of nice. Like I mean, do pretty much everything there except turn it snowy, which for me is fine. Snow is like not my forte to build in, but it's something I'm willing to like work with and learn, and I think it'd be fun to get out of the hot desert and mix things up. So that's why a few snowy ideas are in here. And just trying to do something new because then it's more interesting for me because I'm learning while it's going, and hopefully I can give you guys some cool inspiration ideas while we get through them. Then we had talked briefly about doing like a Mesa build or something, which I had mentioned at the beginning, which would be kind of fun. I want to do like either like a Indian style, like living out of the sides of the cliffs and like lighter wooden structures and things, and I don't really know where that would go, but it'd be kind of fun. We could also do that in like a savanna, like off those mountains or something, like build up into the side of one of them and kind of go up, because there's some cool ones over off in that direction we could check out eventually. But overall, there's just so many different options we can go with here that it's kind of like we just need to pick and decide. So we had those guys, and we also have a chasm like we had talked about briefly in the beginning. The chasm is something that we can do here to stay within a close vicinity and get a totally different style in there and kind of go for like a dwarven style more or less. Building into the ground and kind of having caves running around in the area, like all built off the chasm and whatnot. And by the chasms, what am I... Is there one around here that I can show you guys? I think there is, but you guys know when there's like the lines, there is one. I think it's over this way. There's one underground right actually over there that we found a long time ago. Is there one right here? No, maybe, please. It'd be really, really helpful if there is one. I don't think so. But yeah, so finding a nice chasm to build stuff in would be really fun, and keep it close by because we can literally just find one right next to us that kind of breaches the surface and go from there. We could always also go ahead and do like a village makeover because there's a pretty cool village right here actually that we haven't really done anything with besides raid for some loot in the beginning. So we got this cool village here that's kind of interesting, mixed up and different, but just the whole game's it's a whole new world when you're not surrounded by sand 24/7. You know, the game's actually different. Hey, look, a wolf. We have bones? We don't. But yeah, so there's all those ideas. And lastly, we had talked about the ocean monument, which would be really fun to do. I've never done it before, like draining out an ocean, killing all the stuff in there. I've actually never cleared an ocean monument, I guess. And that was the last rocket I had of that. Oh, we have another stack. Good. Perfect. But ocean monument could be fun. It would be interesting to kind of mix up, test out things and see where they would go and create a cool like underground labyrinth and drain it out like an actual ocean monument itself. Sorry, I'm trying to find a cave or something over here so I can show you guys. But it would be kind of cool to do an ocean monument, and then we get another supply of resources. If we ever need Prismarine, we can go AFK there overnight and get 1,000,000 chests full and then be good for another year, which would be kind of fun. Hopefully, I don't know, those blocks get used like crazy. But yeah, so that's kind of all I really had going on there. Let me go ahead and get this house that we were working on finished up so you guys can see a finished product in this video. But that's been me blabbing for 19 minutes. I do hope I'm not going too crazy here with all this stuff and I actually sounded coherent at the beginning. So let me get this guy finished up and I will be back with you guys in just a little bit and I'll show you what we got done with this house. I'm hoping it'll be pretty cool. So we've had a bit of a mishap, guys. Our llamas got out of Alex's llama stand. Sorry, bud. We're gonna have to figure out some way to keep your llamas in your stand. Or Adam, sorry, not Alex. Why did I say Alex? But yeah, Adam's llamas have escaped, guys. We gotta figure out some way. I guess the leads when we flew away to go check out those other areas despawned, so that's a bummer, but that's something we gotta figure out. And of course, as I hit the record button, it goes to nighttime. Thanks, game. But yeah, anyways, we can go check out the house. Look at it. It's so cool there in the background. It really, really fills up the spot very well. That ender chest does a great job of just... there's nothing here. You didn't see anything. But yeah, so we got this cool entrance right here. We built this together. I added a few little green bits and whatnot here at the front, the banner, because I had one on me. And let's sleep this away. We got a cool big open base floor right here with a central pillar going up. We could just turn it into a wall if we wanted to kind of corner off this area and create a room out of it. Yeah, let's go ahead and do that. We might as well. That sounds like a better idea than what I was doing. Just kind of going like this. Just a bit, like just something right in here, you know. Let's go ahead and do that and break you guys. Don't spoil. Don't spoil. Don't spoil it. We know better than this. Yeah, that's much better. That gives us a nice little divide right here coming in. Perfect. We can go ahead and break you, pick you up, and then we can go check out the rest of it. So we have our same way to get up to the second floor right here. This comes up into another area where that pillar was coming up all the way up to there. And this is my favorite part right here. We go up to the roof. I decided to use a brown banner right here as like a cover instead of just doing a traditional door. So you have to walk through the banner to get up to the roof, which I think is really cool. And it kind of sits here just waving and doing its own thing. Then up here on the roof, we got a nice little seating area with a bush in the corner. And then a little raised platform up here to a covered seating area for when it's really, really hot out here. You get a lot of just cover and a shade up in this area. And they can look out over the entrance to the palace. So this would be like a really, really rich merchant living here. Very, very in tune with what's going on at the palace all the time. Because he's able to overlook everything and his whole family could live in this massive, massive house. But guys, that'll do it for today's episode. I really hope you guys enjoyed us talking about all the new ideas of everything we could possibly do in the future on this world and more. And I really, really can't wait to hear back from you guys. Let me know in the comments what you guys think about all those. I'm really interested. I've said really like 10 times now. I'm interested to hear what you guys have to say and what your guys' opinions are on where we will be going in the future. Because as I mentioned, I want to go through episode 25 on this place. I think next episode we will tackle covering the inside of this here palace because I want to get this lower section done and at least... because we're on 23 right now, so I want to get this done, and I want to get that done, and I want to get like the upper area done, just kind of to have it, because I feel like we need to finish this before I move out of here. So big tasks coming up, guys. But with that, please hit that like button if you guys did enjoy. If you guys really enjoyed, please hit that subscribe button. It does mean a lot to me. We are getting so close to 500, and that would be awesome if you guys are there. And we'll have a cool 500 sub special coming out. But without further ado, guys, I will see you in the next episode. Have a good one, guys.